Coliseum. John, do you know what O.co is? I was just asking John. You can't hear because of this music. And do you know what O.co is?
No.
It is actually Overstock.com, and they shortened it. Overstock.com is a very big discount place.
.co. That's why I call it the Coliseum.
The Coliseum. It used to be the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, which sounds a lot classier than O.co, but this is not a classy place, so it's probably fine.
No.
Umpires are...
And we're not even going to talk about the press dining room.
No. I'm just hoping the three of us really make it through here without Alka-Seltzer or something, their tubs or something. We're coming to you live from the Sunoco broadcast booth. Not one of their best. Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. Well, the youngster Jesse Hahn from Groton, Connecticut, went to Fitch, played ball with Matt Harvey in school. Both were shooting guards. He's 6'5". He's taller than Matt Harvey. He's a tall drink of water, 6'5", and he went to Virginia Tech and was actually a raised draft. He got to San Diego when they made that deal for Brad Boxberger and Logan Forsythe, and came over here. And he's done a nice job for them. But the connection to New York, I don't know whether he grew up a Yankees fan or a Mets fan. But
Susan, earlier I heard an interview with Jesse Hahn.
Yeah.
His dad came from Pittsburgh. He grew up a Pirate fan.
And he will face now against the New York Yankees. So here we go. And as Brett Gardner steps up to the plate, stepping up to the microphone, is the voice of the New York Yankees. Here is John Sterling.
Well, Susan, I thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone. It's a beautiful night, but very chilly, which that's the weather in the East Bay all the time. And there's not a cloud in the sky. I mean, it is perfect. As Brett Gardner digs in, Brett back in his old center field job with Ellsbury on the DL and Slade Heathcott on the DL. Amazing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So tonight, Flores plays left, Gardner center, and Beltran right. Here's Jesse Hahn's first pitch. And the pitch low. Oakland gave up a very good player for him, so they must like him. They gave up the right-hand hitting catcher Derek Norris. He's a good hitter. Gardner at 289, 4 homers, 21 RBIs. And the pitch there's the sinker outside. The Yankees have 7 lefty hitters. This guy is a sinker ball pitcher, a ground ball pitcher, and his statistics will attest to that. You have to take the sinker the opposite way. Pitch. There's strike 2 and 1. The left-hand hitters, to the left-hand hitters, the sinker goes down and away. Now, he does not throw the slider, which most sinker ballers do. Sinker away, slider into the lefties. He throws a curveball. Pitch to Gardner. There's a strike. What I give you is, first of all, he's pitched very well. And he went all the way to shut out the Tigers in his last start. And when I give you his numbers, you'll see what a good sinker baller he is. He can get some ground balls. Now here's the 2-2 to Gardner. And it's foul, third base out of play.
He's throwing 92, 93, and he throws like Mark Burley. He doesn't stop at all.
Yeah, and that was great about Sonny Gray, too.
Yep.
Foot never left the rubber. So Gardner actually steps out to slow him down. And it will be a 2-2 to Gardner. Fastball's high, 3-2. If he throws sinker at around 92, that's more than hard enough because you want that ball to move. So he is behind Gardner 3-2. And the right-hander deals, swung on and chopped to first. There's a ground ball. Muncy takes it himself, and there's one away. I'll give you his numbers so you get acquainted with Jesse Hahn. Although he's 2-4, this is a losing ball club. Oakland. The Yankees have made him look a little better than they are. But his ERA is good, 3.69. 9 games and starts, 54 innings, 49 hits. So 5 less hits than innings pitched. And he's walked 12 men on the average of 2 per 9. He deals to Headley. The pitch inside 1-0. He struck out 36, so it's a 3-to-1 ratio. And here's another great stat. This is like Sonny Gray. He got a couple good pitches on top. I'll give you that in a moment. The 1-0 to Headley is inside and low 2-0. He's given up 2 home runs. 2 home runs in 54 innings. That tells you he keeps the ball down, and it moves. He gets a lot of ground balls. And there's the 2-0 to Chase. Swung on and line to right field is a base hit, a solid hit. Of course, you get behind, have to throw a strike, a little different. Headley was at 246, 6 homers, 22 RBIs. Well, the Yankees got a base runner with 1 out, and here's Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was a fastball. Didn't move at all. I think he overthrew it a little bit. It was about thigh high. Alex must be out, I would say, yes? Bowling.
Alex at 277, 11 homers, 27 RBIs. Now, with a right-hander, it's a little different. The sinker eats up, a righty sinker just eats up righties. It goes down and in. It's tough not to hit it on the ground. And Hahn deals, and there's a strike. He has not thrown a curveball yet. Now, he's not throwing all sinkers. He's throwing a few four-seam fastballs, too, because the Yankees probably have eaten up the scouting report that's going to be sinker, sinker, sinker. So it'll be an 0-1 to A-Rod. Headley a short lead. And the right-hander holds a set and deals. Cut on and fouled off. The first pitch of the night for Jesse Hahn was 91 miles an hour. And choosing the pitch is important, and your choices matter too. Please drive responsibly. It's a reminder from the New York City Department of Transportation and the Vision Zero initiative. So A-Rod behind on the count 0-2. The only person who's not straight away, the second baseman, Eric Sogard. He plays A-Rod over near second with Muncy holding the runner on. The right side is open. And the 0-2 is the breaking ball line to center field, a base hit. So he finally threw the curveball, and A-Rod laced it to center for a hit. And kind of hung up in the middle, and that's what happens. So the Yankees have 2 on and 1 out. One thing, the Yankees have to get a win. They can't losing to inferior teams, and Oakland is that. So here is Teixeira.
And we just saw that pitch again. Curveball, John said, stayed up and it was right in the middle of the plate, almost like in a batting seat.
So here's Mark, who set out last night. He's at 239, 14 homers, 35 RBIs. Switch it to batting left. And Hahn deals way outside. Teixeira was, the Yanks had 2 men on. They're down by 4 runs. They couldn't use Teixeira. It wouldn't matter if he had a home run. So they wanted Drew to get on, and then they were going to send up Teixeira to be the tying run, but Drew popped up to win the game. Now, the right-hander deals. Strike, fastball inside corner, 1-1.
You know, John, you don't want to make too much of the fact that Perella is in there tonight against a righty, but I think you kind of have to, because this is the first time he's really, I mean, Stephen Drew has played against righties all year, and Perella's just played a little bit against the left-handers.
Well, you have to make something of it, especially if Perella hits. It'll be a 1-1 to Teixeira. Cut on and miss. And Susan and I both think that Stephen Drew is a tremendous defensive player. And the Yankees, got a lot of problems defensively in the infield. But if you're not winning, the Yankees are 1 game over 500. It's tough to play a guy. Do you know that Stephen Drew today is now hitting 158? Now, how can you play a guy hitting 158? And he's a terrific defensive player. And also, he's got a little bit of pop.
Yeah, he does.
Got 5 homers and 15 RBIs, but gee, 158. So, 2 on, 1 out, top of the first, no score. It'll be a 1-2 to Teixeira. And the right-hander deals up high fastball. And count 2-2. If you're going to throw a lot of sinkers, that's a good idea to throw the four-seamer up. It changes the eye angle, etc. So you're not always looking down, down, down. Runners lead at first and second, 1 out. It'll be a 2-2 to Teixeira. Swung on, foul back. So the count holds at 2-2.
Talk a little bit more about Stephen Drew. He was talking to reporters today, working hard, looking at tape to see what it was. He keeps saying, I'm not this bad of a player. He doesn't know what it is. Joe keeps saying that, he's been very unlucky. He hits the ball, not when he popped up last night, but does hit line drives there at people.
Once again, the 2-2. Struck him out swinging. Now, they tell me he doesn't throw a slider, and boy, that looked like a slider. It was down and in. Let's look at it again. Well, I guess that's his breaking ball.
Breaking pitch, I guess. It looks like a slider, doesn't it? Right down and
sometimes a guy who throws it away, then they call that a slurve. It wasn't a big curve, and it had a downward plane, so call it what you will. It struck out Teixeira. Well, two-way here is by far the hottest Yankee, Brian McCann. With 2 on and 2 out, McCann, a left-hand hitter. And the breaking ball there is a strike. There's the curveball to get ahead. McCann, in his last 7 games, hitting at .391 with 4 home runs. He's hit 4 homers in the last 4 games. And if you missed the pregame, naughty. I'll tell you what that means in a moment. And here's the 0-1. Swung on in line deep to right field. Reddick can't get it. It's a base hit. Scoring is Headley. On the third goes A-Rod. It's a hard line drive ribby base hit for Brian McCann. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. And as they say, he could have hung the washout on that line drive.
He is right in the zone, as they call that right now. That was up. That pitch didn't do a lot of anything. It was about thigh high, and he turned on it absolutely beautiful. You could hear that was going to end up someplace where there was no fielder. You could hear that, couldn't you?
Oh, what a shot.
But it was one of our favorites.
One of our favorites is right. Pitch high. It was Mike Stanley in 1993 on June 20th to the 23rd. He hit a homer. He's a good guy, Mike Stanley. Beltran's at .239, 3 homers and 18 RBIs. He's ahead on the count 2-0. Runners lead at first and third, 2-out pitch. Is a strike on the inside corner.
John, that year, for those of you who weren't there, that year started it off because in came Mike Stanley, Jimmy Key, Wade Boggs, and Paul O'Neill, and that started the whole thing right there. Those 4 people walked in the door.
Buck had come there a year earlier, and that's when the Yankees really started to rise. Pitch is foul tip to home plate. Not that they were going to do anything in 93. But you could see the team building, as Susan said, and in 94 they did something. The 6.5-game lead in August when that stupid strike occurred.
They also brought in people that knew how to win. At the end of their careers, Mike Gallego, Spike Owen, they had been on winning teams. And it just changed the whole culture. It all started then.
Here comes the 2-2. Struck him out swinging. High fastball. So the Yankees settle for 1 run. On 3 hits, lead 2 at the end of a half. Yankees 1, Oakland coming to bat. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network driven.
Salino and Barnes reminds you that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Salino and Barnes is one of our nation's largest offices in Manchester.
Here's Billy Burns in the center field to lead it off. He's a switch hitter, hitting at .307, 2 homers and 3 RBIs. I'd say something about Burns. He can run. He's thrown 7 out of 9. A switch hitter. And the pitch is low from Evaldi. A couple of homers, that's fine. 300 batting average. but he's been up over 100 times, well over 100 times. He has 3 RBIs. So maybe the bottom of the order doesn't get on. The pitch to Burns. Grounded past Headley. It's a base hit down the left field line. There is Flores to field and fire in. And boy, did he make a good throw to second. Now, there's a leadoff base hit, so Burns slashed the ball the opposite way over third, but Flores was playing over there, so he held him to a single.
Boy, that was some throw by Flores. Picked it up and threw a rocket to second base. Billy Burns, by the way, he leads all rookies in multi-hit games. He's got 10 of them. And if you look at the bottom of this order, tonight it's Sogard and Sam Fold. Neither of them really hit.
Well, here is the shortstop, right-hand hitting Marcus Semien. Oakland has fitted in 6 lefty hitters against Eovaldi. As I mentioned, Burns has stolen 7 of 9. And Eovaldi throws over to first. Semien's at .284, 6 homers and 15 RBIs.
Semien's problems are not with his bat. Hitting very well, having a lot of problems at shortstop.
There's a strike from Eovaldi. Nathan is 4-1 and an ERA of 4.27. He has good control. He gives up a lot of hits. Trouble with lefties. But he does a pretty good job because he doesn't walk people. And deals to Semien, and there's a breaking ball strike. Eovaldi, 9 games and starts, 53 innings, 65 hits, so 12 more hits than innings pitched. He's walked only 14, a little more than 2 per 9. He has struck out 40, almost a 3-to-1 ratio, and given up 7 home runs in 53 innings. Throw to first, and again Burns dives on back.
Now what they're trying to do with Eovaldi is get his breaking pitches as quickly as his fastball, so he just can't sit on that fastball.
Well, unless you are the hardest thrower in history, you can't survive with 1 pitch anyway. So pitch to Semien is grounded to third. Headley the second one on to first, not in time. Burns did a good job of banging into Perella, so it becomes a 5-4 force. Anyway, here is Oakland's best hitter. Here's Stephen Vogt. He's catching tonight. First of the games he's played first with a lefty going. He would play first, and Fegley, a right-handed hitter, would catch. Today they had the left-hander Muncy up first, and the left-hander Vogt behind the dish. Steven at .324, 10 homers and 35 RBIs. 3 infielders on the right side. And Eovaldi deals. And the pitch inside 1-0.
Vogt has a good idea of the strike zone, and he has hit safely in all of his 23 home games. I think he's really got to be a surprise. They waited a while for him in Tampa. They thought he was going to be a big slugger there. Brought him up a few times, never really worked, but this year it's really all clicked in for him.
The pitch, there's a breaking ball low. 2-0 to Vogt. Billy Butler's on deck, a right-hand hitter. Now Eovaldi is set to go. It'll be a 2-0. Semien off first. And the pitch, there's a breaking ball strike in the count 2-1.
You're talking about a late bloomer. He's 30. And he was with Tampa. I know he's drafted from Tampa. They expected big things from him. He was up for a little while in 2012 before he was moved over here.
When I first saw him with Tampa, it was in spring training, I thought, gee, this guy's a good hitter. Looked like a good hitter. Here's the 2-1. First a throw to first, and Semien is back.
You know, when he came up in 2012, he played 18 games. Now I remember this. He was 0 for 25. And he was traded over here in 2013 for cash at the beginning of the year. but whatever. 30 years old. He's really made it now, at least the beginning of the year.
Here's the 2-1. And a breaking ball high, no bite at all. 3-1 to Vogt. That's a dangerous pitch to a very dangerous hitter. 3 infielders on the right side. Headley is playing between third and second on the left side. And the 3-1 cut on him, foul back, 3-2. What temperature did you get?
59 degrees.
Feels every degree of it.
And you know what I always say? It's not going up.
No, I don't think so. Well, let's see if Semien is going 3-2. Eovaldi holds the set. There he goes. Pitch is it's not quite, but almost all the games are over. Susan will have a scoreboard in the second inning. They're playing in San Diego. They're playing across the Bay Bridge in San Francisco. And they're playing in St. Louis because they had a long rain delay for the Dodgers and the Cards. And that's it. I think the rest of the games are over. Here comes the 3-2. Semien goes. Pitch is popped up behind the plate. McCann comes back and runs out of room. So we'll have another 3-2 pitch. If you go on one, you go on them all. There's nothing the defense can do. You either throw a strike or it's ball 4 and he walks to second base. So Eovaldi will have to throw his third 3-2 pitch. Runner goes, and the pitch is swung on, hit in the air to deep center. Back goes Gardner, way back on the track, makes the catch in deep left center field. That was a breaking ball, a hanger, and Vogt hit it, but just not far enough, 2 away.
You know, John, I got the feeling that Brett Gardner, though he's never complained about anything, he was glad to be back in center field. And I think he was looking at center field when I was playing he wasn't playing center field.
Yes, and you know, we do our lineups, and I cannot tell you how many times I've written Gardner and written 8 next to his name. Because, you know, he is a center fielder. Well, 2-8, and here's Billy Butler, who's a right-handed hitter. Butler at 260, 4 homers, 25 RBIs. And there's a slider strike. 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Game 7 NHL West Final, third period. The Hawks lead the Ducks 4-1. The Jets sign Brandon Marshall to a new restructured deal. More later on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
Throw to first. Semien is back. John Sterling, Susan Waldman back at Oakland Coliseum. How about the Blackhawks leading the Ducks 4-1? That game's in Anaheim. So if it stays that way, both road teams will have won the 7th game. Eovaldi deals, and the breaking ball is cut on him. Now that's a local station break, so I should say that Erica Herskowitz back at WFAN said that the Blackhawks lead the Ducks 4-1 in the 3rd.
And if they win, they will have won the last 2 games, right? They were down.
Right. Here's the 0-2 to Butler. Missed outside 1-2.
Larry Rothschild's a big Blackhawks fan.
Is he?
Yeah. He was watching the game on the plane.
So Butler getting the ball through the open side. No one there. Teixeira's holding the runner on, and Perella, who was playing near second. So first and second, 2 out.
And he tried to do that. Throw back on the pass over. You could see him, that ball was going to be up and a little on the outside part of the plate, and you could see him follow that ball, and he was going to do that. He's just a very good hitter. Not a power hitter, but a very good hitter.
Having a good year. He's at 294, 7 homers, and 30 RBIs. The tying run, Semien is at second. The go-ahead run, Butler at first with 2 outs. And Baldi deals. There's a line drive. He's hit the left field. What a throw by Flores. His second terrific throw of the inning. He made a tremendous one-hop throw to McCann, who put the tag on the sliding Semien. Now Flores has made his presence felt immediately. No runs, 3 hits, and 2 left. And now the end. 1 inning to play, 1-0 Yanks. The WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network tribute. To the top of the second, and who leads off? The guy who made that great throw, Ramon Flores. He's a left-hand hitter. Flores down at Scranton in 160 at-bats. Hit .294 with 4 homers, 15 RBIs, 7 doubles, and 1 triple. Had an on-base of .389. Now here he is in the bigs, and Hahn deals up high 1-0. I have no idea if he's going to hit in the big leagues. He looked like a good hitter in spring training. And one thing I do recollect, we don't do a lot of games. Pitch. Swung on a high pop off third. Laurie, with a lot of room, is there and makes the catch. 1 away. In spring training, we saw Flores hit 2 home runs off left-hand pitches. 1 won a game, and 1 was in Kissimmee.
Remember that? Scoreboard update brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers on the web at searchmercedes.com. These are all finals. Minnesota beat Toronto 3-2. Kevin Pillar had his second homer for Toronto. Chris Herman, his first for Minnesota. And Tesla gets the winner on Luke takes the lost Blaine Boyer his first save.
Here's Didi, and he lines a base hit to left field. A little inside-out swing. So Didi is on. Susan, quickly, does Didi look a little bit better to you at bat?
He does look a little bit better. And it started from the little batting session that he evidently had with Alex when the team was... He gets the win. Wade Miley drops to 4 and 5. Chichi with his major league debut, 5 3/3 innings, 1 runs, 2 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Didi off first with 1 on pitch. Perella hits the grounder right back to Hahn. He goes to second. There's 1 on the first. Double play. Now Susan will finish the other 300 scores in the bottom half of the game. No runs, 1 hit, no one left at the end of an inning and a half. It's 1-0 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network tribute. was fortunate to have Ramon Flores throw out Semien at home plate to preserve the 1-0 lead. Fred Laurie has hit 2-run home runs in each of the first 2 games against the Yanks in the series. He's a right-hand hitter. And Evaldi deals. There's straight.
We got some more scores for you. Angels leading Detroit 2-1 early in the second inning. Yoenis Cespedes had his 7th homer for Detroit. Mike Trout his 12th. Kyle Calhoun his 5th. Cleveland leading Seattle 1-0. Top of the first in Seattle.
Pitch outside.
These are finals. Colorado beat Philly 5-2. Eddie Butler gets the win. Aaron Harang takes the loss. John Axford his 9th home run.
Evaldi deals, and the slider outside. And the count 2-1.
Arizona beat Milwaukee 7-3. Paul Goldschmidt had homers number 13 and 14. Miami beat the Mets 9-5. Giancarlo Stanton had homers number 14 and 15.
Evaldi's pitch missed the outside corner. So 3-1 on Laurie.
Cincinnati beat Washington 8-5. Michael Taylor his 4th homer for Washington. Joey Votto his 9th for Cincinnati. J.J. Hoover gets the win. Casey Janssen takes the loss. Aroldis Chapman save number 9.
Here's the 3-1. Line to right field. That's a base hit. Well, you get behind. Beltran cuts it off in the gap and fires in. Then you get behind 3-1. That's what happens is the 4th hit off Evaldi, and they've been line drives. So here's a leadoff hit.
Kansas City and the Cubs postponed. It's raining in Chicago, which is it's an interleague game, so they can come back. St. Louis leading the Dodgers 1-0. Bottom of the 4th there in St. Louis, and in the bottom of the 2nd, Atlanta leading the Giants across the bridge 1-0. All tied up. Pittsburgh and San Diego 1 apiece. Bottom of the 1st. Darren Harris Solarte RBI double in the 1st inning for San Diego.
There's a strike. And here is the rookie first baseman, left-hand hitting Max Muncy. Muncy 10 for 45. 2 homers and 5 RBIs. You mentioned that Los Angeles is being shut out by St. Louis. Evaldi checks his runner at first, Laurie, and Muncy fouls it. Third base side out of play. Well, that was another one of the diamond notes. The Dodgers on the road have been shut out 4 straight times.
With all those hitters on that team, how can that be?
It really is. I'm sure Mattingly is wondering the same thing. How can that be? And here tonight, midway, they're being shut out again on the road.
And Donnie's probably thinking maybe I'll activate myself.
Well, of course he should. There'll be an 0-2 to Muncy. And the pitch foul, third base side. Also, Susan mentioned that on the other side of the bridge, well, you go over the Bay Bridge to come to the East Bay, obviously. And as you begin on the San Francisco side of the Bay Bridge, that's where China Basin is, and that's where the ballpark is. You can see the lights when you drive in or drive out. Their picturesque ballpark pitch up high. Imagine how they would never say this. Imagine how jealous the Oakland ownership is of that ballpark.
Right. Absolutely.
This is relic. Cookie cutter. Real place to keep on.
Well, and also, didn't the Oakland franchise allow them to have the radius that included that San Jose area where they want to move so that they could get their corporate boxes, and then they won't let them move anywhere near there because now they're Giant territory. It's just a mess here.
The pitch strike 3 is a breaking ball. Caught Muncy looking. 1 away. And that was Evaldi's first strikeout of the game. Winthrop University Hospital reminds you they strike out cancer with their CyberKnife technology. Winthrop University Hospital, your health means everything.
That break.
Here's the second baseman left-hand hitting Eric Sogard, and there's a fastball outside 1-0. Sogard at 263, no homers, 11 RBIs.
Samsung Yankees Trivia brought to you by the Samsung on First SUHD TV, available at Adorama and Adorama.com. Which Oakland A batter made the final out against Mariano Rivera in Game 5 of the 2001 ALDS?
Throw over. Memories of that. The Yankees lost at home. Roger was pitching in Game 4. And is that the year they had to go out there?
They had to get on the plane and go back, yeah.
Right.
Then didn't you see him pitch that game?
No.
No? Oh, that was another year.
Anyway, the Yankees, they had to fly. We flew for the night and got there really late and had to get up early in the morning to get to the ballpark. I mean, it was, what a trip. And then the Yankees go 5 runs in the first inning. And they even used El Duque in relief. The pitch is outside the Sogard. Terrence Long had missed a ball in deep center field without 2 or 3 runs to score anyway.
There's some terrific series with the A's.
There'll be a 2-2 to Sogard.
Sogard, little infielder. Play all that much.
Territory. He crossed the line. He was in the Oakland bullpen and dove and made the catch. He is having some start.
Yeah, Little Star is going next to Ramon Flores' name in the coach's book there. What a terrific play. He's made some terrific plays already in the field. Wow.
Now 2-way, and here's left-hand hitting Sam Fuld. Fuld hitting at 195, no homers, 8 RBIs. Fuld runs well and defends well, doesn't hit much. Now 2 out to run and throws to first. Ford vehicles have it all. Great design and package. Your local Ford dealer now, or visit us at tristateford.com. There's a strike to Fuld. Fastball, and the count 0-2. Now, Eovaldi ready to go, so he holds on. Loaded with baseball tonight. They're playing in Oakland, in San Francisco, in San Diego, and in Anaheim, right?
And in Seattle.
And in Seattle, up and down the coast.
Yeah. Cleveland leading Seattle.
I wish someone would do a book on the Pacific Coast League before the Giants and Dodgers moved out. Pitch to Fuld is inside. They had a terrific lead, and they played well more than San Diego, L.A., Hollywood, Oakland, San Francisco, Sacramento, Portland, and Seattle. Pitch grounded up the middle. There's Didi to step on second. And in the end. So Fuld hits into a 6 unassisted force, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And now at the end of 2 innings of play, 1-0 Yankees. The WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network driven. Coming to you live from the Sunoco broadcast booth. Sunoco. Save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. 2 the third, Yankees have the top of the order up. Here's Gardner, who grounded out to first his first time.
Here's the answer to today's trivia question, brought to you by the Samsung Curve SUHD TV, available at Mariano Rivera struck out Eric Burns to end Game 5 of the 2001 ALDS.
Now here is Gardner, and he takes a strike. I probably was thinking of a different year, where we flew out after Clemens lost on a Saturday night. Anyway, but I do remember Tino catching the final out of the pop-up. Here's the pitch to Gardy, and there's a breaking ball strike.
Well, there are a couple of them, weren't there?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They played Seattle and Oakland at least 2 years straight. Gardner behind 0-2 to Jesse Hahn. And the fastball is high, 1-2. Yankees have a 1-0 lead on 3 first-inning singles, Headley, A-Rod, and the Ruby single by the hot hitter Brian McCann. The 1-2, grounded foul outside of first. To retain their 1-game lead in first place, the Yankees have to win tonight. Tampa and Baltimore playing in Baltimore. Tampa shut out the Birds. The pitch to Gardner's caught on him. This is a good sinker down and away. That's the third strikeout for Hahn. And that will be
number 12,
Chase Headley. Headley singled to right his first time. And there's the strike. Yankees play here tomorrow afternoon and then fly to Seattle to play Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon. Headley takes a breaking ball low, and then they come home. Yay! Now the 1-1. Hit on the ground, right back to Hahn. Flips it underhand to first, 2 away.
A 92-mile-an-hour sinker, really, and a nice play by Hahn, but it looks like a very good athlete.
now batting, number 13, Rodriguez.
Caught that, really lined it, but caught that between his legs and flipped it underhand to first baseman Muncy. Nice play.
Alex singled to center his first time. He got 3 infielders on the left side. And Hahn deals. Swung on and fouled back. Your local Tri-State Audi dealers invite you to experience the uncompromised performance of the Audi A3 today, or visit anytime at tristateaudidealers.com. Here's the 0-1. And it's low outside, 1-1. I think it's a little colder tonight than it's been the first 2 nights. At least I feel it more tonight. The 1-1. Strike on the outside corner. 1-2.
Boy, 93-mile-an-hour fastball right there. And his breaking pitch, he's throwing a 79-mile-an-hour, whatever that is, curve or slider. So a big difference between the fastball and the breaking pitch.
Now here's the 1-2. Swung on in line deep down the right field line, but going foul. Didn't miss a double by much. I guess guess they figure with 2 strikes, Alex will just try to put the ball in play, so they move Sogard over to the first base side of second, although he's playing fairly near second. And 1-2, little dribbler foul down third. Let's take 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
The Blackhawks.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman back at Oakland Coliseum. Here's the 1-2 to A-Rod. Just missed outside, 2-2. Yankees have a 1-0 lead as we play in the top of the third. 2 outs and no one on.
So with that hit that Alex had in the first inning, he's down to 16 hits to get to 3,000.
And the 2-2. Up high fastball, 3-2.
No one's really hitting each of them. He's playing a lot and hitting a lot. He's got 124 left to get to 3,000.
I hope he'll be getting it. If he doesn't get it this year, I hope he'll get another job next year.
Well, he's played a lot because somebody in that outfield is supposed to be such a great outfield. Everybody's saying that he'd never play. Somebody's out almost every week.
Pitch is cut out of this. No, Alex strikes out. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. 4 strikeouts for Hong. And 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, it's 1-0 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Chief.
Whatever you're doing, drop everything and get to the Memorial Day sales event at your local Ford dealer. Because right now, you can see...
And this one went between Headley on the shortstop. There's no way to play. And Headley gave a bull sprawling dive. So Burns is 2 for 2.
Well, Headley was in on the grass, so I guess they thought he was going to bunt, and he didn't. Obviously, if Headley's playing back, even with the bag, that's an easy out.
Well, that's what guys like Burns do to you when you come up at the corners. Here's Marcus Semien into a force play his first time. That is the 5th hit off of Eovaldi. Eovaldi does give up a lot of hits. So that's 5 hits, and we've just begun the 3rd inning. And Semien pots and misses. Remember, in the first inning, he gave up 3 hits, but the 3rd of which was by Reddick, and Ramon Flores then fired home and made a great throw, and he caught Semien at home plate on the tag by McCann. Now Eovaldi deals, hit on the ground. There's a base hit to left field between third and short. So Oakland is at it again with 2 on and no one out. Now Oakland has a great chance. They have 2 speedy guys on base. Both Burns and Semien have 7 stolen bases. And here come their 3 biggest hitters, Vogt, Butler, and Reddick with 2 on and no one out.
Oh, that pitch right down the middle of the plate, and the location of all these pitches are not where he wants them, to say the least. A lot of singles. Just meeting the ball. Seems like they have a good idea. The breaking pitches are not strikes, so they're just sitting on that fastball.
Now 2 on, no one out. Eovaldi steps off for a moment.
And Vogt is their best hitter by far. So you wonder what someone like now McCann going out to talk to Eovaldi, Didi coming in on the other end. He's just made it, John, this year. He's 30. You really wonder what keeps someone going.
Now Eovaldi will deal to Vogt, and there's a strike. Vogt, a left-hand hitter. He's got Burns at second and Semien at first. And no one out. It'll be an 0-1 from Eovaldi. fouled off behind the plate. And the count 0-2.
Well, there's a breaking pitch that he fooled him on. He's got someone to swing at one of those.
To Vogt. Runners lead at first and second. No one out. The pitch is lined at deep right field. Fair. It's gone. It is a foul ball. The Yankees got some break. That ball was hit 10-15 rows back, a home run distance, and it just went foul down the line.
Looking at that swing again, just a beautiful swing. Got a terrific compact swing, just a little too quick on it. Wasn't fouled by much. In the second deck. Wow.
What a shot, huh?
Yeah.
So, the count 0-2 on Vogt. The Yankees dodged a bullet. Pitch is grounded foul. I mean, that's a 3-run home run. And, I mean, that was really far. Second, Semien leads off first. They both run very well. And Eovaldi ready to deal. Outside, 1-2. Eovaldi's given up 6 hits. This is why you can give up hits and succeed, or you can give up walks and succeed, but you can't give up both. He hasn't walked a batter. That'll be a 1-2 to the left-hand hitter. And the pitch is lined. There's a base hit center field. Burns had to go back to second to make sure it went through. So he holds up and the bases are loaded. He had to go back just in case the ball was caught. And then he had to start to third. So the A's, another 3 hits. 7 hits in the game. Goodness. And the bases loaded. Third, Semien at second, and Vogt at first. And Eovaldi at the belt. And the pitch inside. Butler singled to right his first time.
Well, there was a kind of a big hole. Now Didi's moving over between short and third. Now he's moving back. If he throws it inside, he'd better get it all the way in like that one, because Butler can turn in a nonce. Get it right through that infield from the left side.
This will be Eovaldi's 50th pitch. Bases loaded and no one out. And the 1-0, there's a breaking ball strike and the count 1-1.
The more that he gets that breaking ball over, the more that the Oakland hitters will not be able to sit on that fastball.
The 1-1, low outside, 2-1. Bases loaded and no one out. It'll be a 2-1 to Butler. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. That's a run in. Gardner back to make the catch. Burns tags and scores. Semien tags and goes to second. Or goes to third. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Billy Butler, and Oakland ties the game at 1. For Butler, his 26th RBI.
Right fielder, Josh Reddick.
We're looking at that pitch again, a little high. He's lucky Butler didn't hit that a little further. That was about thigh high.
Now, here's Josh Reddick, a left-hand hitter. With first and third one out, Yankees play back, of course, looking for 2. Reddick singled to left his first time. It was his single when Flores threw out Semien at home plate. Fastball's inside 1-0. Evaldi's in trouble and giving up 7 hits. Game is tied at 1, first and third one out. And also his pitch count's going up. He's at 53. That's only the third inning. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and line to right center field. There's a base hit. Butler will hold at second. It's a base hit and an RBI. Semien scored. And Oakland takes a 2-1 lead.
And here comes Larry Rothschild. No one is up yet. This is not what the Yankees wanted at all. They needed length from him today. They still might get it, but he is really getting hit very, very hard. Those shots, that sacrifice fly by Butler and that hit by Reddick were really clocked. And it seems like the fastball, when he's throwing it, no matter where he throws it, they're right on it. So it must not have a lot of movement on it. So this is very tough because Joe was talking about how that bullpen is really overused. And we talk about it all the time. It doesn't matter who's in the bullpen. If you pitch them every day, they're not going to be very effective. So Joe was really hoping for length from Evaldi. As John said, he's in the mid-50s. His next pitch is going to be his 55th. We're in the third inning.
So 2 runs are in. And Oakland. 4 hits in the inning, and the sac fly was hit hard. And Evaldi's given up 8 hits. 2 on Oakland, first and second one out. Here's Brett Laurie. Pitch way outside. Laurie singled to right his first time. You know what it really proves, Susan? That throwing 95 doesn't mean too much.
No.
Evaldi goes harder than that.
He's throwing 96, 97. If he's down below the plate or someplace where we're third and has more movement, it's going to get hit. These are major league hitters.
Now the pitch to Laurie. There's a strike on the count 1-1. The RBI for Reddick is his 31st. The RBI for Butler was his 26th. So Oakland has a 2-1 lead, and there are ducks on the pond. As Evaldi deals, grounded to third. Headley steps on third, and no throw to first. It wasn't hit hard enough, so Headley made the right play, and Oakland now has 2 out, first and second. And that'll bring up Max Muncy.
And very smart for Headley not to throw that. Laurie really knows how to run, and nothing good can happen when you throw a ball when you don't need to.
So now Reddick at second and Laurie at first. And here is the rookie left-hand hitting first baseman, Max Muncy.
He's been all year at Double-A last year, so he made the jump.
Evaldi deals, and the breaking ball low.
Well, Lennoby was connected with the flat tag someplace.
Here's the 1-0 to Muncy. Breaking ball strike, 1-1.
Well, when Alex Rodriguez struck out to end the top of the third, that was the 15th out of the game, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes to save you 15% or more in your car insurance.
Now, Evaldi will deal 1-1, way outside. 2-1. 8 hits in the ball game, but if you want to know, the Yankees are really fortunate. Flores threw out a runner at home plate. Great throw by the rookie left fielder, and Stephen Vogt just missed a 3-run home run. Hit a ton, but just fouled. There'll be a 2-1 to Muncy. And a check swing ground ball foul. You know, Susan, they're going to have to, Evaldi has to come out. They have to think of who to use. They used Esmil Rogers for a couple of innings last night.
Yep.
This is the night of the heavy jackets and the hoods. And I wish I had one.
You tried. You did your best. It's 50 degrees here, and none of the stores have anything but summer clothes. There's not a sweater to be had in the city of San Francisco.
The 2-2 is cut on him, so Muncy strikes out, and Evaldi gets out, I guess, as good as you could hope. 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 left. Now the end of 3 innings of play. That was 2 on Yankees on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Hi, welcome to AT&T. Hi, can you tell us more about rollover data?
Here we go to the 4th. The Yankees now trailing 2-1. Walker Carroll leads off against the right-handed Jesse Hahn in the first pitch. 3 infielders on the right side, of course. I know what I like. Outside of a very smoky, warm sweater, and like a scoreboard, pitch with the chair. Then on the ground to the shortstop. Semien throws to first, and 1 away. Semien was on the first base side.
Here was just my command. Scoreboard update is brought to you by New York Presbyterian, the official hospital of the New York Yankees since 2008. Amazing things are happening here. These are all final. Minnesota wins again. 3-2 the final there. Ryan Presley gets the winning relief. Aaron Luke takes the loss. Blaine Boyer is first save. 32,000 in Minnesota.
Now here's Brian McCann. He takes low. McCann hit in his 8th straight game. He's hitting .400 over that time with 4 home runs. Drove in the Yankees run. And the pitch is low 2-0.
Tampa beat Baltimore 3-2. Steven Souza Jr. and Joey Butler both homered for Tampa. Houston beat the White Sox, shut them out 3-0. Evan Gattis with his 11th homer.
There's a ground ball to first. And Muncy will take it to the bag, and there are 2 away.
Texas all over Boston, 8-0 the final there. Chichi Gonzalez in his major league debut gets the win. Wade Miley takes the loss. Los Angeles Angels beating Detroit 7-2. Shane Green went an inning and 2/3, gave up 5 home runs in an inning and 2/3. Wow. And they were only in the bottom of the 3rd. Angels leading 7-2 over Detroit.
Beltran swings and misses, strike 1.
Top of the 4th in Seattle. Cleveland leading Seattle 3-2. Jerry Sands his first homer for Cleveland. Robbie Cano his 2nd for Seattle. He's only 2 home runs.
The 0-1, there's a strike.
Colorado beat Philadelphia 5-2. It was Arizona over Milwaukee 7-3 as Paul Goldschmidt hit homers 13 and 14.
Beltran takes a sinker low 1-2.
Miami over the Mets 9-5. Giancarlo Stanton had homers 14 and 15.
And the 1-2. Beltran is Will Tapper to 3rd. Laurie fields and fires in time. Counted by the old half a step.
Too many.
Okay, Susan will finish the scoreboard in the bottom half. Yankees go down 1-2-3 at the end of 3.5, 2-1 Oakland on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep. If you're significant. Well, Nathan Evaldi on the hill, trailing 2-1, and he has been raked for 8 hits, and as I mentioned earlier, kind of fortunate it's just 2-1. He deals to Eric Sogard low.
We'll finish up with these scores. Cincinnati beat Washington 8-5. Kansas City and the Cubbies were postponed. They're going to make it up at the end of September.
The 1-0. Sogard, a left-hand hitter, takes a strike.
Dodgers leading St. Louis 4-1 now. They finally scored. Yasmani Grandal, a 3-run homer in the 6th, his 5th of the year.
There's the 1-1. There's a fastball strike, 1-2.
Atlanta leading San Francisco 3-0. They're in the top of the 5th. William Perez against Tim Lincecum, top of the 4th in San Diego. Pittsburgh leading the Padres 2-1.
Now, Evaldi deals. Hit on the ground up the middle is another base hit. That is the 9th hit off Evaldi. So, leadoff hitter is on. Now, that one wasn't a shot, but there's a hit. Ground ball in the middle. Now, here's Sam Fuld, who grounded into a force base, another left-hand hitter. If you're wondering, no one's up in the Yankee bullpen. The pitch to Fuld is line foul, third base side out of play. The 4th inning brought to you by Domino's Pizza. The pizza with the best toppings. Domino's, the official pizza of the New York Yankees radio network. Boy, does that sound good. Sogard leads off first. And the pitch, and Fuld ran up to bunt, takes a pitch inside 1-1. Yankees trailing 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Sogard leads off first. Fuld even on the count 1-1. Codson grounds it foul. Behind the plate, 1-2. One thing, I said about no one's up in the Yankee bullpen. Well, soon they'll be, because this will be Evaldi's 70th pitch. 70 pitches, and there's no one out in the 4th inning. Now, the right-hander deals low inside on the count 2-2. Checks his base runner and throws over. Sogard dives on back.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Esmail Rogers went an inning and 2/3 yesterday. You have Shreve. You'll have Wilson. You won't have Lindgren. You have Carpenter.
Pitch is chopped to short. Didi has to hustle, field, and fire in time. On the second goes Sogard. So Fuld grounds out 6-3. A runner in scoring position. Here's Billy Burns. Now let's see what Headley does. You come in for a guy like Burns because he may bunt. So with Headley in, he has slashed the ball over the bag at third for a hit, and the next time up he slashed the ball in the shortstop hole for a hit. He's gone both sides of Headley. He's 2 for 2. Headley is on the edge of the infield grass to guard against the bunt. And playing a little bit wide at third. Trying to hedge his bet. Runner at second, 1 out. Pitch. Swung on and popped up off third. Headley has a long run toward the stands, and the ball lands foul. That is a long way to go. So the count 0-1.
Burns having a tremendous rookie year. He's only here because Coco Frisk is injured and really with him. Shut him down for at least a month now. When somebody gets injured, somebody else gets a chance.
base runner at second with 1 out. And the A's have a 2-1 lead. Now, Eovaldi deals. There's a breaking ball strike. And count 1-2. Sogard, the base runner at second with 1 out. And it'll be a 1-2 to Burns. And the pitch low inside, 2-2. 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
The Black.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman back at Oakland Coliseum. We're in the bottom of the fourth. A's have a 2-1 lead with 1 out. And they have a runner at second. And the 2-2 is cut on and grounded in front of the plate. McCann goes over to tag. Burns felt that the ball was foul for some reason. It rolled in front of the plate. He didn't run. And here comes Bob Melvin to question exactly what was called by Dana DeMuth, the home plate umpire.
And he's got the ball. I think he thinks he's fouled it off his foot. And DeMuth is holding the ball, looking to see if there's any shoe polish, I guess.
Well, I just looked at the replay. He did not foul it off his foot. He kind of threw his bat at the ball, and it rolled in front. Odd that he didn't run. So McCann, instead of throwing to first base, decided just to touch him, which he did. Anyway, Melvin goes back, so they're a two-way. And the play goes 2 unassisted. Sogard remains at second. Here's Marcus Semien, who has grounded out and singled.
They let go of the bat. I think he thought that the ball hit him after he hit the bat, but it didn't.
Pitch outside to Semien. He's a right-hand hitter. Now, Eovaldi ready to go. And deals low inside. And the count 2-0. This is the guy you want to get. He's a good hitter, but he's a right-hand hitter. And on deck, you have their best hitter, Stephen Vogt. So he's behind Semien, 2-0. And Eovaldi deals. There's a strike. This pitch upcoming will be his 80th, so that's obviously an average of 20 pitches an inning. He'll deal 2-1 to the right-hand hitting Semien, and the pitch is grounded foul off third. So the count 2-2.
You know, you look at it, John, he's already given up 9 hits. The fact that he's given up 9 hits and the Yankees are only down 2-1. Fortunate.
And don't forget, Flores threw out a guy, and Vogt missed a 3-run home run by that much. He's 2-2 with Semien, and the pitch is swung on and popped up foul. First base side and over the Yankee dugout in the crowd. So we'll see another 2-2 from Eovaldi. Now Nathan is set at the belt. Sogard off second. And the 2-2 is hit on the ground. There's a base hit to right field. Beltran fields. He does not throw home. Scoring is Sogard. That's a base hit. And an RBI for Semien. And Oakland takes a 3-1 lead.
Well, more hitting for Semien, who, as we said earlier, has certainly not let his poor fielding go into his offense at all. He tried to do that. He saw the ball on the outside part of the plate and went right with it.
You're absolutely right. The ball was up and away, and he went with it. He stuck his fanny out one way and swung the bat the other way and hit a ground ball through the open right side. I mean, Eovaldi's given up 10 hits in 4 innings, so...
Well, Joe didn't want to do this, but someone is getting up now.
Here's Stephen Vogt, and he swings and misses at a breaking ball, 0-1. It's a 3-1 Oakland lead.
Jason Shreve is up in the pen.
And there's another breaking ball. Backdoor breaking ball. Strike 0-2.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a couple of days. He pitched the day before yesterday, so he could, if he can't get out of this inning, he could finish it and give you an inning. I hate to have to do this. There's no days off here until the team gets home, finishes in Seattle.
Pitch. Hit on the ground weakly in the infield. Didi fields. First base side throws to first in time. Nice play by Didi. Long way to run on that little ground ball. However, Oakland strikes again. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. And now the end of 4 innings of play. It's 3-1 A's on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network. Leads off. He's a left-hand hitter. And takes a strike. Flores popped to third his first time. He's made 2 terrific plays in the field, 1 throw and 1 catch. And the 0-1, there's a breaking ball strike. There's his curveball, the count 0-2.
That game that Flores won off the lefty with that home run, wasn't that an extra innings? They only play 1 extra inning in
pitch outside. Well, it was against Detroit, as I recall, at our ballpark.
At Steinbrenner Field.
It was either in the 9th or 10th. You're right. 3-run home run.
10th, yeah.
Pitch is hit on the ground to first, and I don't know why I remember the one in Kissimmee, but I do. He hit it off a lefty late in the game.
About when you bring up young kids like Perella, like Flores, they've got to play. They don't know how to sit on the bench. And
Flores takes a fastball outside 2-2.
You know, I contend that that's why Perella hasn't hit. I mean, he hit all spring. He played every day. And he hit down in AAA. And I contend that's why he hasn't hit. And he's, you know, when you're 23, you don't know how to sit on the bench and come off once a week.
And the 2-2 is high, 3-2 to Flores.
And it's hard enough when you're
I think your point's
you're a veteran.
He might hit if he played more. Well, here comes the 3-2 to Flores, leading off the 5th. And the right-hander deals. Swung on and line to left field. Right there is Full to make the catch, 1 away.
Come on out to the stadium Wednesday, June 17th, when the Yanks take on the Marlins. First 18,000 guests in attendance to receive a Yankees barbecue apron, courtesy of WFAN. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. That's a strange little series because 2 games, Yankees play the Marlins 2 games down there, and then turn around and play 2 games at home.
You know, they're doing that throughout the major leagues. Somebody twice there and then twice
The next day?
at the other place. 1 away, here's Didi. And he takes a strike. Didi lined a single to left. Little inside-out stroke his first time. Yankees trailing 3-1. They scored their run in the first on 3 hits. Since then have only 1 hit. And Didi gets knocked down. So the count 1-1. To be fair, you know, ball players say it should be shoulder high or down on the knockdown pitch, and that was a little below the shoulders. So the count 1-1, and the breaking ball missed outside, 2-1.
Didi hangs over the plate, and Hans just telling him that's my part of the plate.
Now here's the 2-1. Hit on the ground to second. Sogard flips to first, 2 away. Your local Tri-State Audi dealers invite you to experience the Jose Pirela, and he takes a sinker low. Pirela grounded into a double play. That was right after Didi's single in the second inning. And Hahn deals foul first base side out of play. And the count 1-1. Yankees are trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the... It's not the bottom, John. It's the top of the third inning. But they do trail 3-1. I'm right on that. The pitch to Pirela. A ground ball toward the middle. Backhanded by Sogard. He boots it. So I would call that a hit for this reason. When Sogard booted it, bobbled it, I saw Pirela right near the bag, so he would have had a base hit.
And they did give him a hit.
Now batting, number 11.
You know what he was actually trying to do if it had been a slower runner? If you look at him, he's trying to actually, he tried to bat it over to Semien because he knew he wasn't going to, he bobbled it off the glove and he batted it with his bare hand over to Semien.
Do you know, Susan, I was a little boy, I always remember this, that when there'd be a ground ball in the hole, that Phil Rizzuto would grab it. I'll tell you who the guy was, too. I just thought of it. Here's Brett Gardner, first to throw to first. He would grab the ground ball, nice headed like toward the left field foul line, and he'd flip it to the third baseman because they had a third baseman named Billy Johnson who could really throw. And that's how they throw out the runner.
Yep.
And Rizzuto used to do that a lot. Gardner is 0 for 2. And there's a strike. Yankees trailing 3-1, top of the fifth. With Pirela, the runner, at first. There are 2 out. And Hahn deals the pitch low. Now the count 1-1. Runs very well, leads off first. And Gardner hits a foul fly ball down the left field line into the seats. He's on the count 1-2. Shoulder checks Pirela. And deal. There goes Pirela. Pitch is lined off the third baseman's glove. Laurie fields and throws, not in time. That was a line drive right at Laurie. It hit his glove and it popped just behind him. He grabbed it. He's never going to get Gardner. Now that should be an error. That was a line drive in his glove. Pirela was going on the play.
And they gave him an error, and he was looking at, I don't think he knew what happened. He's looking at the scoreboard to see exactly what happened.
And then he's looking at his glove. It's not there. So the E5 gives the Yanks a break. They have the tying runs on base, and they have the tying runs with great speed. Pirela at second, Gardner at first. Here's Chase Headley, who is 1 for 2. Right-hander Hahn deals, pitch outside corner for a strike. Gardner hit the ball hard, but went right in the glove of Laurie and in and out of the glove. So Pirela and Gardner are the tying runs, and Headley is the go-ahead run. Switch hitter batting left. And Hahn deals, fastball outside. And the count 1-1.
Ball was outside and up. If Headley were ready for it, that's a ball that could be lined right into left field.
Now the right-hander is set. Runners lead. And the 1-1. Low outside 2-1. A-Rod on deck. And the 2-1. Caught on a miss, threw it by him. And the count 2-2. That was 92, and it was up. And there was no sinker.
Well, as you said earlier, he does know how to change eye level there. Big polished pitcher.
There'll be a 2-2 to Headley. And the right-hander, Hahn, at the belt. And the 2-2. Hit on the ground up the middle. There's a base hit center field. Barella scores. Gardner holds it second. It's a base hit and an RBI for Headley. And the Yankees trail 3-2.
And a really good at bat by Chase Headley. But here comes Kurt Young out to talk to Jesse Hahn. Now, that was right over the middle of the plate. It actually, I think, went off the tip of Hahn's glove. He went to try and get it, just went by that glove.
So there's a big meeting at the mound. A lot of green shirts on the mound. Headley gets his 23rd RBI. It's a big hit for the Yankees. You know, to get them going in the game. Now they're trailing 3-2. They got the tying run at second, the lead run at first, A-Rod the batter, and now just a one-run down. If you're wondering, there's no one warming in the Yankee bullpen, so you figure that Eovaldi will start the bottom of the fifth. And he has been raked for 10 hits. Alex is 1 for 2. This will be Hahn's 80th pitch. Gardner the tying run at second. Headley the go-ahead run at first. And the right-hander Hahn ready to deal to A-Rod, who grounds it foul off third, 0-1. That was the sinker, and that's what a sinker does. Right-handed to the right-hand hitter, goes down and in, and you really can't do anything but foul it off. There are guys who have been great sinker ball pitchers. I'll give you two names you will know, Kevin Brown and Scott Erickson. They're really apparent sinkers, and people would say, they could tell you what's coming. You still can't hit it. Especially for right-hand hitters. And there's the 0-1. And there's the strike. 0-2.
Mike Stanley used to talk about Kevin Brown's sinker as like trying to hit a bowling ball.
Yeah, and that's what made Chin Ming Wong so great in his great years with the Yanks. The bowling ball sinker. Official RBI list, A-Rod is tied for third. And if he gets a base hit here, he probably will be in second place all time. Gardner leads off second, Headley leads off first, and Stephen Vogt, the catcher, goes to the mound. A-Rod in a big hole, 0-2. 3-2 Oakland here in the top of the fifth. 2 on, 2 out. And the 0-2. He struck him out. No, he fouled tip. Stay alive. Ball landed right at home plate.
93-mile-an-hour fastball.
The second baseman, Sogard, is playing on the first base side of second by a couple of steps. But what they've done is take the first baseman, Muncy, and they have placed him between first and second to cut down the chance that A-Rod would hit a ball through the right side. There's the 0-2. That's grounded foul off third. And if you think about it, that's pretty smart. Would A-Rod hit a ground ball over first? It's not likely. He'd have to be very late or be fooled on the pitch. So they have Muncy basically cutting off the hole at first base. Gardner leads off second, Headley off first, 3-2 Oakland. Top of the fifth, 2 on, 2 out. And it'll be an 0-2 to Alex, and Hahn bluffs towards second.
That last pitch that Alex fouled off, it was a breaking pitch, and Alex knew he couldn't handle it, but he just made enough contact to foul it off. Good hitters can do that, foul off a pitch till they get one that they want.
Here's the pitch. It's just outside. They waste a fastball away in the count 1-2. Tying and lead runs lead off first and second. And the 1-2. Line up the middle. Grab by Sogard, who throws to first in time. It's a lucky thing Sogard was then playing on the first base side of second. So the Yankees get one back. Unearned run. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left. At the end of 4 1/2, 3-2 Oakland on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by G. Go to the bottom of the fifth inning. And being the fifth inning, it's post time, and we bring in our buddy George King from the New York Post. The New York Post brings you the best sports in town every day. Billy Butler will lead off. He has singled, hit a sac fly. The right-hand hitter, and Eovaldi deals. There's a strike, and the Yankee bullpen is busy. And George, Eovaldi hasn't exactly been a secret. He's been pounded for 10 hits.
10 singles, but they're 10 hits.
And hit hard. The pitch to Butler is grounded to third. Headley waits, fields, and throws one away. And he was fortunate that Flores threw a runner out of the plate, and that Boat's 3-run quote-unquote home run was just foul.
Yeah, and Flores also ended it at bat with a terrific play in foul territory.
I know you all talked to Stephen Drew before the game. If I'm correct, that this is the first time that Perella has played when there's a righty on the mound. Do you think that this is the beginning they're going to let Perella play for a while and see if he can hit?
Now here's Josh Reddick, left-hand hitter, breaking ball missed inside.
In a limited role, he has not hit. That doesn't mean to say that they won't give him a couple full 4 games in a row to see if he can hit.
I would think it's very difficult for a youngster.
Pitch is high to Reddick, and the count 2-0. There's the 2-0, and there's a strike.
Perella has not hit, but it's been in limited starts here and there. But Stephen Drew is going so bad that it really can't hurt them to see if Perella can get going.
I agree with you. Susan does too. The pitch to Reddick is a breaking ball low. I don't want to jump on Stephen Drew, but if you're hitting 158, it's very tough to play a guy hitting 158.
It's impossible, especially in this league. Stephen Drew has value at this team, and it's as a backup infielder at this moment.
Here's the 3-1. There's a strike, 3-2.
Trying to find somebody that's going to hit. I mean, Brian Roberts is 238, looked for 228, 238 last year. Looks pretty good right now.
Here's the payoff. A high fly to left. Flores back a couple of steps. He's there to make the catch 2 away.
What is your best guess? I know it's Wednesday, but what is your guess about what's going to happen when Tanaka comes back on Wednesday?
As far as his performance, or?
No. But what's going to happen? Somebody has to leave, and then the bullpen, it's got to be switched around. Who gets moved out of the rotation, etc.
Now here's Laurie, and he fouls it off.
I would say Capuano gets moved out of the rotation, and Lindgren goes back to AAA. That's a guess, and nobody has said that because you have days off coming where you really don't need 6 starters. He said he's not going to 6 starters.
Right.
Pitch. Laurie cuts and misses. And the count 0-2. Eovaldi's pitch count is at 95. This is easily the best inning he's had.
If Carpenter had options, that might be an option to send him to the minor leagues to get pitching better, but he doesn't.
Here's the pitch. Is swung on in line. There's a base hit in center field. Gardner fields and throws in. But one thing, George, I agree with what you said. They'll send Lindgren down and put Capuano in the bullpen. But if they actually send Carbon down, you'd have a bullpen almost all left-handed. So, well, that's all for Eovaldi.
Joe Girardi takes the ball from Eovaldi. Just called it a bullpen. And the pinch hitter is Mark Canha, who is batting for Max Muncy.
He's a right-hand hitter, of course, and the righty-lefty switch. Shreve, a left-hander. Laurie, the runner at first base with 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Oakland. And Canha swings and misses, strike 1.
I got a question for you, George. I was talking to Joe Girardi about David Carpenter today, who's got great stuff, but he just hasn't put it together here. And he said sometimes when guys get traded here or sign big league contract or free agent contracts here, you try too hard. It's different here than any place else. You buy any of that?
Oh, definitely buy it, and he knows.
Shreve deals, and the pitch is pop foul, first base side out of play.
I mean, he knows about it.
Yep.
Tino Martinez knows about it. The list goes on and on and on. Jason Giambi, it is different. You come to play for the Yankees, there are a lot of things that go on around the team that don't happen in any other city. Or even across town with the Mets. It's just a different deal. And sometimes it takes adjusting, but sometimes it never happens.
Here's the 0-2. Half swing and a breaking ball. Did he go? He did. First base umpire Paul Nowert rang up Canha. Thank you, George. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. The 1 left. And now at the end of 5 innings of play, 3-2 Oakland on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Anaheim, the Blackhawks beat the Ducks 5-3. Chicago advances to the Stanley Cup final against the Lightning. More later on WFAN and WFAN-FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman back at Oakland Coliseum. We hit the 6th, 3-2 Oakland. Teixeira takes a pitch outside, and the 1-0 is a strike. The line on Eovaldi, 4 2/3, 3 runs, 11 hits, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. He can lose, he can't win. And the pitch to Teixeira is dribbled weakly back to the mound. Hahn fields and throws to first, 1 away.
Pretty nifty around that pitcher's mound this time. Scoreboard update is brought to you by Bigelow Family Tea Blender since 1945 in the American League. Minnesota beat Toronto 3-2. It was Tampa Bay over Baltimore 3-0. Houston shut out the White Sox 3-0. Texas shut out Boston 8-0. They're in the 7th in Anaheim. Angels lead Detroit 7-3.
Here's McCann, and the fastball's high, 1-0.
Cleveland leading Seattle 4-2. They're in the bottom of the 6th up in Seattle. Final in Philly, Colorado beat the Phillies 5-2. It was Arizona over Milwaukee 7-3.
There's the 1-0. And it's low 2-0.
Miami beat the Mets 9-5. Giancarlo Stanton homers 14 and 15. Cincinnati beat Washington 8-5.
2-0 is inside 3-0.
Kansas City and the Cubs postponed. They're going to have to come back there on September 28th. Dodgers are leading St. Louis 5-1. They're in the bottom of the 8th in St. Louis.
And that pitch outside. McCann walks on 4 straight. McCann, a very hot hitter, and they were very careful with him. So 1 on and 1 out, and that will bring up Carlos Beltran.
And they are in the bottom of the 7th across the bridge. Atlanta leading the Giants 4-0. And in the bottom of the 6th in San Diego, Pittsburgh leading San Diego now 3-2.
That was the first walk of the game. Just walk into any of City MD's convenient locations. See a board-certified physician. You'll never need an appointment. City MD, feel better, faster. Beltran takes a strike at the knees. McCann, the tying run at first. With 1 out, top of the 6th, Oakland has a 3-2 lead. deals. Swung on and drilled. Deep right center field. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Carlos Beltran. Los is loose. That's a belt by Beltran over the center field fence. It is a 2-run home run, and the Yankees take a 4-3 lead.
Well, for Beltran, his foot, he has really started to hit lately. I had written down, John, a couple of things before this game about Beltran. He has really started to hit, and it started back in the homestand.
The Yankees, you know, the old thanks, I needed that. Oh, did they need that? Here's Flores, and Ramon takes a pitch low. It was just a little bit to the right of dead center field. A 2-run home run. Flores takes outside. Now for Beltran, that's his 4th homer. He has 20 RBIs. And the Yankees take a 4-3 lead.
So in the 23 games in May, he's batting .300 with 8 runs scored, 7 doubles.
Pitch foul.
All 4 of his home runs, and now 13 RBIs. He's hit safely in 16 of his last 17, now 17 of his last 18 games. So maybe he's starting to come around.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think. If and when, I mean, it's going to be when, not if. Here's Hahn's pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Oakland has started their bullpen. When Ellsbury gets back, then you'd have the team of Ellsbury and Gardner up top. And then you have a pretty decent 3 through 6. A-Rod, Teixeira, McCann, and Beltran. Because McCann and Beltran have really started to hit. The pitch to Flores, breaking ball grounded foul. Well, the Yankees take the 4-3 lead. You know, we kid about it, but kind of kidding on the square. The Yankees have the best end of the bullpen in the major leagues in Betances and Miller. But unless you have the lead, you can't use them. Well, they hope to get him tonight. Pitch is way outside. And the count 3-2. By the way, Hahn has reached 100 pitches, so he might very well, if someone gets on, he might be gone before the inning is over. And there's the 3-2. Grounded foul. And isn't it ironic that the first walk, the only walk of the game, leads to a 2-run home run? And that home run was the Ballantine blast of the game. Brought to you by Ballantine IPA, America's original IPA. Taste a piece of craft beer history. There's a ground ball to short, and Semyon goes to first for the second out. So 2-away.
Well, right-handed pitcher Arnold Leon is up in the pen for Oakland. He was recalled from AAA Nashville last Wednesday. When did their AAA team go to Nashville? Weren't they here somewhere? Weren't they in Sacramento or?
Oh, yeah, the AAA used to be in Sacramento, yeah.
Now they're in Nashville.
Which is 75 miles away.
Nashville isn't.
No. Here's Didi. He lines one to center field, and coming in to make the catch is Burns. However, the Yankees get 2 runs, 1 hit. The big blow, the 2-run home run by Beltran. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, it's 4-3 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
All season in 2015 with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, in-game highlights, live look-ins, replays, radio broadcasts, and more. Get MLB.com for at bat for your smartphone or tablet today.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees have the lead 4-3 on the 2-run home run by Beltran. Jason Shreve deals to Sogard, lefty to lefty, and the pitch is outside. Shreve is the pitcher of record. He came in to get the final out of the 5th inning, so those are his runs. Well, he actually could win the game if Oakland doesn't tie it. Shreve will deal 1-0, and Sogard takes a strike. Come out to Yankee Stadium Tuesday, June 9th. The Yankees take on the Nationals in an interleague matchup. A Yankee Stadium tradition cap night. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees cap, courtesy of Cannon. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. Sogard fouls the third base out of play.
You know, I got a little news for you, John. Chris Martin pitched tonight an inning in Scranton. One inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, all ground outs, and he pitched around an error by shortstop Nick Noonan. They were going to see how effective he was. Don't forget about Chris Martin, because he was very effective before he got hurt.
Pitch is low, absolutely right. And the Yankees have to bolster the right side of their bullpen. So it'd be a 2-2 to Sogard, leading off the bottom of the sixth. The Yankees with a 4-3 lead. And you know what? You think Joe Girardi doesn't want to get to Betances and Miller? Dying to. Shreve deals. He struck him out swinging on a breaking ball. So Shreve has come on to pitch to two men and has struck them both out. And painting the corner is brought to you by Circuit Pro Painters. Because painting is personal.
Now, Betances and Miller haven't pitched since the 27th. Today's the 30th, so 3 days ago.
Now here's another left-hander to Sam Fuld. And the pitch outside. This is not a time, I guess, when Bob Melvin wants to use a pinch hitter. He could easily. But the guy he'd want to use is Zobrist, but he's holding him back for a big moment in the game. So Shreve gets another left-hand hitter, and Fuld takes a pitch inside in the count 2-0. Fuld has grounded out twice. Now Shreve will deal 2-0. And there's a strikeout. The knees of the fastball. That was at 90. And the count 2-1. There's been only one walk in the game, and it preceded the two-run home run by Beltran. The pitch is foul back. So the count 2-2 on Fuld, a left-hand hitter.
Always a reason why cliches become cliches. It always begins with a walk.
Yeah, it's like the Butler did it. Warm-up activity in the Oakland bullpen, so I would say that's all for Hahn. Right-handers warming up. Pitch. Struck him out swinging breaking ball. So Shreve, Mr. Shreve, has faced three men and struck them all out. And they're a two-way, and that will bring up Billy Burns.
Center fielder, number 1, Billy Burns.
Well, once again, that is Arnold Leon. Up in the pen.
Burns has singled twice and grounded out, so he's 2 for 3. A switch hitter batting right, and Shreve deals high 1-0. Wonder what temperature it is now.
Well, I can tell you in a minute. Jack's going to do his, though, first. We'll see. Sorry, Jack. You're behind the times. It's 54 degrees.
Which is low.
That's because you're behind the closed window, and we're out here with the wind blowing in.
Right. Does he care? No. Hey, we're going to have that race. Eckersley,
Ricky.
Fingers, and Ricky.
Fingers has won all three, both times so far.
Pitch is foul back to the screen. So the count 2-1.
You know, this is
there they are. I see where they are. They're in left field back of that fence.
Well, where did you see them before? If you didn't know
I saw it on the monitor. There they go. That's funny. Now here comes the 2-1 to Burns, and he fouls it First base side on the plate, 2-2.
John has the yes feed. I have the Oakland feed. They keep showing people in the crowd. It's like they're at a Raiders game. They've got the little beanies on and the wool caps.
Well, absolutely. And I think it was even worse at Candlestick.
Well, yeah, because that wind was possible.
There's the 2-2. First Shreve backs off. I did the star of the game for the Braves on radio, like Susan does. And you'd walk through the stands, and boy, you'd see people, like it was a football game. Oh, it was cold. Shreve's 2-2. Struck him out swinging. How do you like that? Shreve has faced 4 men and struck them all out. That was a fastball up and away. So, a great inning for Shreve. 3 up and 3 down. And at the end of 6, 4-3 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
Details. Well, now pitching for the A's is Arnold Leon, whom they got out of the Mexican League. He's from Mexico. He spent 7 years in the minor leagues here. Last year, let's see, before this season, he was 25-20 with an ERA of 4 and 157 games over 7 years in the A's farm system. 26 years old, from Culiacan, Mexico. This is the second time he's been up.
He'll deal to Perella. Pitch outside. The numbers on Hahn: 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. He can lose. He cannot win. 4-3 Yankees top of the 7th. Perella swings. It's a high pop in the infield. Semien now on the edge of the outfield grass to make the catch. It's short. 1 away. So with 1 down, Perella now is 1 for 3. Here's the top of the order. And Brett Gardner. You Yankee fans all know now the Yankees are desperate to get to Betances and Miller. Well, I think that's Justin Wilson warming up now. Shreve has been great for an inning and a third, so they're going to use Wilson to try to get him to the 7th. I wouldn't bet against Betances coming in if Wilson runs into trouble. Here's Gardner. The pitch outside.
There was a great picture. I've got the A's feed on my monitor. John's got the S feed. They had a great photo when Mike Gallego was a Yankee at spring training. A skinny kid named Derek Jeter standing next to him, and they're talking, and Yogi's in the middle.
There's a strike.
And, of course, we all know that Mike Gallego was the last person to wear number 2 before Derek Jeter got it.
He's a good guy.
Great guy.
The third base coach. Now here's the 1-1. And pitch outside. 2-1 to Gardner. Gardner 0 for 3 on that. That is the 4th. And Leon goes high. Well, the count 3-1. You'd love to get Gardner on to perhaps do some running.
Fastball about 92.
Now Leon's payoff is strike 3 called. So Gardner is called. That was a breaking ball.
Breaking ball at 81 after the 93-mile-an-hour fastball. A little tail on that. Nice pitch.
Now here's Chase Headley with 2 outs. Headley knocked in the Yankees' second run with a single. He's 2 for 3 on the night. And Leon deals, and Headley bunts down the third baseline. If it rolls foul, does it roll foul? It's on the line, and it stops fair on the line. Remember Charlie Hayes in the 96 series. Is that amazing? mean, you know, I thought, Susan, all the way down the line it was going to roll foul. I'm amazed that it stayed fair.
Well, so did Stephen Vogt. He did everything but blow on it to have it go foul. Boy, that's shades of Ricky played here. They used to keep the grass sort of
That ball stayed on the line.
right on the line.
And by the way, if you're wondering, a guy, an infielder named Lenny Randall once did that. You've probably seen it in the blooper reels. He went down on his hands and knees and was blowing his to get a ball foul. So Headley gets his third hit. Here is A-Rod with 2 outs and a runner at first. And the right-hander Leon at the belt deals down foul. Yankees have a 4-3 lead, 4-3 lead, top of the 7th. With 2 outs. Now the Tony folks on the 7th. WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by
carsforkids.com.
At Jeep, a big part of what we do is keeping you connected to nature. Enter the award-winning Jeep Cherokee, named the 2015 4-Wheeler of the Year by 4-Wheeler Magazine. With up to 31 mpg highway, you can get lost in the remote place of your choosing. But reaffirming your oneness with nature requires a bit of effort on your part, too. So the next time you're heading to work in your Jeep Cherokee, deliberately miss your exit and just keep on driving. One drive and you'll discover why Jeep brand continues to be the best-selling SUV brand. Join us now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event. Well-qualified returning FCA U.S. lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2015 Cherokee Latitude with 28 mpg highway for $199 a month for 36 months with $29.99 to its signing tax, title, and license extra. EPA estimated 4x2 with 2.4-liter engine based on total SUV sales in the past 12 months in the 2014 Awards Light Vehicle segment. Call 1-888-925-Jeep for details. Requires state or contribution lease to Chrysler Capital. Lessee is responsible for lease termination fees. Current lease must end by 5/3/16. 25-cent charge for each wallet for 30,000 residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 6/1. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Hey, Yankee fans, when it comes to painting your house, it's a whole new ballgame with CertaPro.
Butler here.
With 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Yanks. Betances deals, and the pitch in the dirt is the breaking ball, 1-0. They played Butler to hit the ball to right field. Look how far Flores is doing this because the bench is. The pitch to Butler is a strike fastball. I cannot tell you how far Flores is over. If Butler ever pulls Betances, even Butler would get a triple. He is way over in left center. Gardner in right center, and Beltran near the right field line. Now, Butler is a right center field type hitter. Now the pitch is outside, and the count 2-1 on Butler. A left-hander to Josh Reddick is up next.
Well, sorry, John, that was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball outside. If that's even on the outer part of the plate, if he can pull that, all the more power to him.
Now here's the 2-1. Strike at the knees. Well, that is amazing. Look at the distance between Flores and the left field foul line. You wouldn't believe it.
Equidistant between the foul line and Flores and Gardner, who's pulled that much over towards right center.
It'll be a 2-2. Foul back. And the count holds 2-2. Betances looking in for the McCann sign. And the 2-2 is in the dirt, 3-2. Yankees have a 4-3 lead, bottom of the seventh, 2 outs, no one on. Evaldi went 4 2/3, 3 runs, 11 hits. Shreve came on, and in an inning and a third struck out all 4 men he faced. Wilson got the 2 men out that he faced. And now here is Betances to get through the 8th and hand the ball to Miller. The pitch is fouled on the ground outside of first. Once again, there'll be a 3-2 to the right-hand hitting Butler. And the pitch is strike 3, fastball outside corner. So in the inning, 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 7 innings of play, it's 4-3 Yanks. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by... To the top of the 8th inning, here is Teixeira to lead off against the right-handed Leon, and his pitch is low. 3 infielders, of course, on the right side. Teixeira, McCann, and Beltran. Tex is 0 for 3 on the night. Yanks with a 4-3 lead, and the pitch caught on him, missed late. The fastball was at 91, up and away. Teixeira late on it, so the count 1-1. Leon deals low inside 2-1.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Astoria Bank. American League. Minnesota beat Toronto 3-2. Tampa beat Baltimore 3-0. Houston beat the White Sox 3-0.
Teixeira hits one deep but foul down the left field line into the seats.
Texas all over Boston 8-0. They're in the top of the 8th in Anaheim. Anaheim now leading the Detroit Tigers 7-5, as Detroit's just scored 2 in the 8th.
Here's the 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2.
Cleveland leading Seattle 4-3. They are in the top of the 8th. And in the National League, Miami beat the Mets 9-5. Games going on right now. Top of the 9th in San Francisco across the bay. Atlanta shutting out the Giants 6-0.
Pitch is tapped weakly up the first baseline. Luckily for the Yanks, it kicks foul. So the count holds at 3-2.
Dodgers beat St. Louis 5-1, and in the top of the 9th in San Diego, Pittsburgh leading the Padres 3-2.
Thank you, Susan. The 8th inning brought to you by Kubota Tractors. You can find them at Farm Right Incorporated and Harder Equipment Incorporated. Pitch to Teixeira, hit on the ground up the middle and off the glove of Semien. Semien was behind second base, and it went off his glove. Let's see how they score it. It was a hard ground ball, but he was right there. Tried to backhand it, went off the heel of his glove. That's why you have to see the games. You know, someone would say he's made a lot of errors and he was saved from that one. Well, here is McCann. Yankees looking for insurance runs to get the leadoff man on Teixeira. McCann has single, grounded out, and walked. The walk preceded the 2-run home run. There goes Teixeira. How do you right that? They didn't play him. Hanna played behind him, and Teixeira said, hey, they're going to give me the base, I'll take it. Now the Yankees can build a run just on outs. If McCann pulls the ball to get Teixeira to third, and Beltran drives him in.
Well, you know what that is? That is our speed report. It's brought to you by Old Dominion Household Services, self-moving services that deliver.
Stolen base Teixeira. McCann takes outside. And the count 1-0.
Get a quote at odmove.com for your next move. That speedster Mark Teixeira.
Actually, the count's 2-0. The first pitch was a ball. And the 2-0 is low 3-0. The oddity about the McCann walk that preceded the home run is the only walk of the game. Left-hander Fernando Abad is in the Oakland bullpen. And the pitch is hit on the ground to first. Off Canna. He feels and throws in time because McCann does not run well, but on to third goes Teixeira. So they had McCann swinging 3-0, and he did the job. He pulled the ball. And Teixeira's at third with one out, and here is Beltran.
Well, everybody's trying to back him. Brad Cannon tried to back him the foul, too. Well, he didn't get over there in time. He had about 3 steps, because as John said, McCann does not really run well, but he did the job. Moved over to Teixeira.
So the infield comes up. Here is Beltran. I'm very surprised they're not walking Beltran. Infield up for the play at the plate. Teixeira off third, and the pitch low inside. A rookie left-hand hitter, Flores, is up. And I would say if they bring in Abad to pitch to Flores, the Yankees will have Chris Young hit for Flores. So Teixeira off third, infield up for a play at the plate, and the pitch is cut on him. I'm really surprised that Beltran is not walked. It'll be a 1-1. And the pitch is low. And the reason is you could bring in the lefty, and you have Flores, Gregorius, and Drew. They're all left-hand hitters. And Flores is a raw rookie in his first game. Very surprised. Now here comes the 2-1 to Beltran. Swung on and line to left field, and there's a base hit. Teixeira will score. Beltran does the job again. Carlos Beltran. And the Yankees have been waiting for McCann and Beltran to really hit in back of A-Rod and Teixeira, and they are. It's a base hit and an RBI for Beltran, and the Yankees take a 5-3 lead.
Well, fastball up on the outside part of the plate, and he just went with it in the left field. I think thought a little bit of trying to dive for it, but thought better of it. Looked like he was going to.
Here is Flores, who is 0 for 3 in his debut with the Yanks. He's a left-hand hitter. And the pitch is a strike at the knees. So the Yankees have given Betances a run and a series. A lot of clutch hits by the Yankees. Remember Headley's clutch hit in the 5th, a 2-out base hit to give the Yankees a 1-run deficit, 3-2, and then Beltran's 2-run home run, and here his ribby single. Now time call for a moment. Leon is set at the belt. Pitch. A little tapper wide of third. Laurie goes to second, one on to first, not in time. So they get a 5-4 force. Flores, the base runner at first with 2 outs. And here is Didi.
And he's very fast for us. He really can get there in the corner. And here comes Bob Melvin. And this call in the bullpen is... Well, the new pitcher is the big lefty, Fernando Abad. He's 0-2, an ERA of 6.5. 6.57 to be exact. And he will face Didi Gregorius. A lot of 2-out hits tonight, John.
Yes, big and 2-out hits, as they say, win your game. A lot of big hits. Flores off first with 2 outs, and Didi slices one foul down the left field line out of play. Betances will pitch the 8th. He came on to get one man out in the 7th, and obviously Miller will pitch the 9th, and the Yankees have, because of those two terrific pitches, a great chance to win this ball game. They lead 5-3. Lefty to lefty, the pitch to Didi is pop foul, third base side out of play.
You know, you're right about McCann and Beltran. If they're really going to start to hit them, that changes this lineup. Because A-Rod and Teixeira have really, with the table setters, Ellsbury and Gardner, have really been carrying this team for the first 2 months.
Yeah, they need Ellsbury back to team with Gardner, and then they'd have a pretty good top 6. And Handley contributes, so that would be the top 7. But anyway, they have to wait till Ellsbury gets back, and no one knows when that will be, right?
No, he hasn't even started baseball activities yet.
Well, I give him permission. The pitch to Didi is swung on and hit in the air to center. Burns in, makes the catch to end the inning. However, the Yankees got a big insurance run. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left. And now the end of 7.5 innings of play is 5-3 Yanks. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep. Here's Johnson running to lead off, and the field inside. Chris Young goes to right field. So Beltran comes out. So Flores, Gardner, Young left to right. 3 infielders on the right side. Hardly on the left side, and then on the right side, Gregorius, Drew, and Teixeira. And, of course, McCann catches Betances. Dillon came on. He struck out Butler to end the last inning. Pitch is rocketed to right field. That's a big hit. Young fields in right center and fires in, so Reddick gives the A's a good start, and also now every batter who comes up is the tying run. Here's Brett Lawrie.
Well, that was a fastball, 97 miles an hour, but it was knee-high in the inner half. And you know how lefties love to turn on those low fastballs.
Lawrie, a right-hand hitter, is 2 for 3. And the pitch outside, 1-0. Now, the right-hander deals, and the slider outside, and the count 2-0. Reddick a short lead, and the 2-0's cut on him, missing on a fastball. That was at 96. 96 up. With a 5-3 lead, bottom of the 8th. Reddick leads off first, and the 2-1 is low outside, 3-1.
98 mile an hour fastball, and missing outside with that one.
It'll be a 3-1 to the right-hand hitting Lawrie, and the pitch cut on him. Lawrie has had a 2-run home run in each of the first 2 games. He only has 4 homers on the year, so he certainly wasn't hitting them before the Yankees came to town. He's hit his 3rd and 4th. Now here comes the 3-2, and the pitch struck him out swinging and 1 away.
Not only is that 97, it's got a little hop to it. A little movement.
Now, 1 away, here's the rookie right-handed Mark McKenna. Your local Tri-State Audi dealers invite you to experience the uncompromised performance of the Audi A3 today, or visit anytime at TriStateAudiDealers.com. Breaking ball strike, big breaking ball strike to Canna.
the ex-Yank, ex-National.
Now, Betances steals. There's a breaking ball strike. And the count 1-2. Max Muncy, a left-hander to begin, and then when the Yankees went to a lefty, Shreve, they brought in Canna. Anyway, this spot is struck out 3 times, and the count is 1-2 on the right-hand hitter. And Betances deals, struck him out swinging. 2-away.
Well, the rookie 24-year-old, I'm sure, has never seen stuff like Betances yet.
Oh, I would agree with you there. Let's take 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
The Pelicans official.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman back at Oakland Coliseum. And the pitch is hammered foul outside of first by the left-hand hitting Eric Sogard. To Sogard. Sogard, a little left-hand hitter, line drive type hitter. There goes Reddick, and the pitch is hit in the air to center field. Gardner kind of walks in to make the catch and end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Now, the end of 8 innings of play, 5-3 Yanks. On the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network, driven by G. Yanks have a 5-3 lead, and the pitch a strike. The attendance 25,223. That's the game attendance, and the game attendance brought to you by New York Community Bank and the NYCB family of banks. Pitch is outside as the ball comes crossfire on Drew. Swung on. A high pop off third. Laurie has plenty of room, and he makes the catch right in front of the Oakland dugout. 1 away. So 1 down. That brings up Gardner. Andrew Miller is warming in the Yankee bullpen, as you can expect. He'll try for his 15th save. Gardner is 0 for 4 on the night. And the left-hander Abad deals outside 1-0.
Starting about 92, 93 is Abad. Comes a little crossfire across his body a little bit.
It'll be a 1-0. And Gardner half swings at a fastball, 1-1. You know, when Miller and Betances are right, it really doesn't matter who's at bat. They're both so good, but in case you're wondering, the 9th hitter, Sam Full, so they'll pinch it. Maybe Zobrist for him. The pitch is caught on him. And then the top of the order, Burns, a switch hitter, and Semien, a right-hand hitter. Andrew and Dillon have been really just about perfect all year long. There'll be a 1-2 to Gardner. And the lefty deals low. And the count 2-2. 5-3 Yankees were in the top of the ninth.
So many good things by different people tonight. Never mind the great plays in the outfield. by Ramon Flores. First Major League game.
2-2 is grounded to second. Sogard throws out Gardner 2 away. And with 2 down, that will bring up Chase Headley. Headley is 3 for 4. He got a really big hit in this game. Yankees were given a break on an error by Laurie. He dropped the line drive right at him. 2 on, 2 out. Yankees are down 3-1 in the 5th. Headley came through with a base hit to make it 3-2. And he hits a ground ball to short. Backhanded by Semien. The long throw is in time. Nice scoop by Penna. So the Yankees down 1-2-3. Andrew Miller will be coming on to save the game. At the end of 8.5, it's 5-3 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network driven by Jeep. Dylan Betances goes an inning and a third, no runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Shreve, Wilson, and Betances pitched 3 1/3 innings, and they were well nigh perfect. Now here comes Andrew Miller trying for his 15th save. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 0.84, 14 out of 14 in save opportunities. Ben Zobrist will hit for full to switch it to batting right, and Miller deals swung on a high fly to center, not deep. Gardner back a step for 2, makes the catch, 1 away. So Zobrist pinch hitting in the bottom of the 9th, swings at the first pitch and flies out.
Now batting center fielder, number 1, Billy Burns.
There is the center fielder switch hitting Billy Burns. Please stay tuned following the game for the Agera Energy Yankees postgame show. Agera Energy, the next generation of energy efficiency, demand management, and retail energy supply. Burns takes a pitch outside 1-0. Little switch hitter. Line drive type hitter. And the pitch, a strike from Miller. 1-1. Shreve went an inning and a third. Wilson went 2/3 of an inning. Betances went an inning and a third. And then Miller trying to close it up. The bullpen's been great. Pitch. Missed low. Shreve will get the win. He's the pitcher of record when Beltran. Teixeira somehow kept the foot on the bag. Gregorius going to the glove side, fielded it. He was off balance and he fired. He then fell down, and somehow Teixeira kept the foot on the bag. Let's see if it's true. That was a terrific play by Teixeira. And he did keep the foot on the bag, and there's 2 away. Didi had to grab it to the glove side, spin around and throw. Well, what a play by Teixeira. He is good. Man, is he good. Well, 2-away. A's down to their final out. Here's Marcus Semien, a right-hand hitter. And he cuts and misses. And the count, 0-1. Next to the 5-3 lead. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, no one out. Semien, a right-hand hitter, and Miller deals way inside with a breaking ball. And the count 1-1. Actually, this is a pretty big man. I mean, Miller's been so good. Pretty big man to get out because the guy on deck, Stephen Vogt, although he's a left-hand hitter, he can hit it out, not inside of the game. The pitch to Semien, strike on the inside. And the count 1-2. Miller has a great breaking ball. Absolutely great. So the Yankees are 1 strike away. And the 1-2. Half swing, struck him out swinging. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. And boy, they needed that. In the 9th inning, no runs. No hits, 21 left. The Yankee bullpen was absolutely phenomenal. something down. Susan will have her star in a moment. Inning and it's 2, 3 and a third. The Yankee bullpen went 4 1/3 innings, gave up no runs, 1 hit,
5 runs, 10 hits, no errors.
struck out 8, and didn't walk a batter. I mean, that's a bullpen. So the combination of Beltran and the bullpen, and the Yankees break the 2-game losing streak, keep their 1-game hold on first place. And Susan is ready. Susan, star of the game, sponsored. Thank you, Susan. Yankees win at 5-3, and we're back with the totals in a moment. Here on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network. Now, here are the totals in this Yankee victory. Beltran and the bullpen should be the headline. Beltran had a 2-run home run and a ribby single for the last 3 RBIs. Headley did have 3 hits and an RBI. And then the bullpen, Shreve, Wilson, Betances, and Miller were just perfect in 4 1/3 innings. No runs, 1 hit. And I think 8 strikeouts. Let's see, 8 strikeouts. Well, here are the totals. For the Yanks, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 6. For Oakland, 3 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 8. Chasen Shreve, the winner. He's 2-1. And Andrew Miller recorded his 15th save. He's 15 out of 15. And Jesse Hahn, the loser, is 2-5. With the victory, the Yankees improved to 26-24. They lead Tampa by 1 game for first place in the American League East. And Oakland losing is now 19-33. The time of the game, 3 hours and 6 minutes. The attendance, 25,223. And once again, the final score, the Yankees 5 and Oakland 3.